In this video, we will look at how we can load the latest modified file from folder with a specific extension and a file name. In our current folder, we have some files with stock data, few sales data files in CSV and in Excel format as well. The latest modified file we are interested in will be stocks file in CSV format. So these files here, the latest file we want to pick should be the one that is latest modified 12:31 p.m. So we have a blank Excel file saved. Let's open it. Keep in mind that this is in the same directory. From the data tab, click on get data from file from folder and we give it the path to the current folder. So let's copy the folder path, give it here, click on open. This loads the navigation box. Click on transform data. We don't want to load or combine anything yet. We can see a lot of files here, specifically the last file which has a tilde sign with it. As you can see here, it means that this specific file is open right now, which is the same file we have, PQ. Now from the extension column, we will convert these extensions to upper format because sometimes the extensions are in a mixed format. This will make sure that the extensions are in a standardized format. So right click on it, click on transform and then click on uppercase. This transforms all the extensions to uppercase. Next, we know our desired file is in CSV format. So let's select CSV from extension column. The way to do this is to deselect all of them, click on CSV and we can see our recorded formula says equal to CSV, which is correct. Now we can see that one of the sales data file also shows up in this because we only filtered the CSV files as of yet. Next, we need to make sure that only stocks file appear in this filter. So we click on the name in text filters, contains, and we put in stocks there. This will make sure that we only filter the files with stocks in its name. Next, we can either extract date from the file name and then sort it. So you can see date is here. It's in a bit different format. 20 is the day, 11 is the month, 2023 is the year. Or second we can do is we can sort this by date modified, highest to lowest, using this column. So it really depends on what exactly are you looking for. If you're looking for latest file by date modified, then we use date modified. And if you just want to filter by the day, then we can use other method, which we will look shortly. Before we do that, I will make a duplicate of this query and rename queries accordingly. Right click on existing query and click duplicate. So let's rename our queries. The first will be by date modified. And the second query we will rename as by parsing dates. Okay, move back to our first query, by date modified. Now first thing we will do is we will sort date modified by descending. So we select this column, we come here and we make sure we select Z to A, which is sort descending. We need to make sure that date and time modified is at the top, which is 12:31. That is correct. Now we need to retain the top row and remove everything else. So we click on keep rows. Select keep top rows. We have other options as well. We can skip for now. We only want to retain our first row. So type 1 here and click on OK. Now we only need to retain the content and the name column. Select these two columns, right click on it, click on remove other columns. What it will do is it will remove all of the columns other than these two selected. Now on the content column, press on the icon with two arrows pointing downwards and align. So this icon right here. This opens up a combined files dialog box. We only have one file, but it works equally well in our case as well. Here you can check if your data looks okay. If not, change delimiter to match your data. So for example, our file is CSV file and Power Query has automatically guessed that our delimiter is comma, which is correct. If we change this to something else, we can see our data is not appearing correctly now. We change this back to comma. Everything else looks good. So click on OK. This will create a bunch of helper queries and then load in the file. As you can see, parameter 1, sample file, transform file, and we get our desired result. Now we have the latest file loaded in this Power Query. So I'm going to remove the steps till extract file to show another way of doing this. I'm going to remove from here till the end. To do that, just right click on the step that is the last step you want to remove and we say delete until end. This will remove all these 4 steps. Click on delete. And we also need to remove these queries. So I'm going to remove this one. I'm going to try to remove the group by itself and it's gone. Okay, let's go back to by date modified and let's now click on the name that says binary within the content column. And we can see this gives us the same result without creating helper queries. Now let's move on to our second method. Same as before, we only need content and name column. So select these two, right click and click on remove other columns, which gets rid of all other columns. Now we need to extract the date from the name column. So we have dates here 20/11/2023. This is actually November 20th, 2023, so on and so forth. Go to the add column tab and from extract we will select range. Now as long as date is in same format, we can hardcode this. Let's do 8 and trial. So let's use 8 as a starting number and 10 as the number of characters, just to get an idea of what's going on. And you can see our starting number is off by 1. So It's picked up from 0, 11. So it's missing 2 from all of these. So we'll change this to 7. And if we see our date, we have 4 for the years and 2 and 2. We have 8 total values. So we change this to 8. Click on OK, and this should give us the date right here. And voila, we got our date extracted. Let's rename the column to date to fix. So we change the column name here. Now this is a string format. So let's add a new column from add column tab. Select date to fix column. And then from custom column from examples, we have two options. We will use the from selection option. Let's change the column name. You can say fixed date. Now we will give our desired value here, which will be 11/20th, 2023. Now Power Query will try to guess the data structure based on our input value. Sometimes it's able to guess all of the values. Sometimes you have to fill in few rows for it to guess properly. So let's add another row. That will be 11/23/2023. And you can see the third value it has filled is 11/24/2023, which is correct. Click on OK. You can also see that it shows you the formula it has created. It's really complicated, but we don't have to worry about that as long as we get the job done. Click on OK. Now that's done. Change this to date format. So right now it's in ABC, which is string. Change this to date. And now let's sort this. We go to Home tab and we select Z to A, which is descending. And we can see that 11/24 is the latest date comes at the top. Now from here onward, the rest of steps are same as in previous example. We will select first row, then we will click on binary. So let's do that quickly. And that's it. We have the same file as before. This wraps up the video on 2 methods of finding latest file using Power Query. Use whichever one that suits your needs the most. I hope you enjoyed the content and learned something new. Till next time, happy learning.